Hey y'all, it's me Marty, and I am out in my shop doing a little bit of Scrollsawn today. In this video, I just wanted to share a couple of new Scrollsawn 3D compound cut little items I've done, and show you some other ones I've done, and just talk about it a little bit. So I know I've talked about it before, but it's just really intriguing, the whole compound 3D cutting kind of thing, and it's kind of neat the different things you can make. So, anyway, it is Saturday, about 4:30 in the afternoon, September 23rd, 2022. And it's about 50 degrees outside. It's finally cooling off in Minnesota. It's nice. Oh, it's refreshing. Kind of cloudy today. It's been off and on rain, but tomorrow's supposed to be like 50 and sunny. So, yeah, I love this time of year. Fall. Oh, I've been busy. I haven't done many videos lately. What was the last one? Actually, I think the last video was last Saturday at Men's Retreat up north. Oh, we had a wonderful time. It was neat. But yeah, so this week just been busy. So most of you know, but so I'm a truck driver, and I've taken a break, an unplanned break, but for 2 months. But and I'll be back on the road in October. So yeah, so it's been nice being home. I wish I could stay home. Oh, I love being home. But yeah, so in the time I have being home more, I've been doing a lot of projects, just yard work, house projects, woodworking, all kinds of different projects and stuff, and getting more involved in my church, doing things with my pastor, and just serving in different ways, you know, help get the youth group started. So I'm working a lot with that, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh, it's just so fun. And outreach too, some different events and stuff. And this coming Saturday, we're having a thing called Hobby Share that we put together just to share some skills, and we're doing it in the parking lot right outside our church. And I'm going to teach Scrollsawn and some other woodworking too, a few different things that kids can do. And someone's going to teach photography, and then another one is going to teach how to change a tire on a car. So it'll be kind of cool. There might be other people too doing different crafts or skills or something. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, I'm busy getting that together, and I bought a whole bunch of scroll saws. So I have like 10 scroll saws now. I got mine and then 9 others. And I just wanted to get more, so I bought a few, and I think I bought half of them pretty cheap. You know, you can get really thrifty deals on scroll saws online on Facebook Marketplace and places like that. I got a few donated also, and then some different wood and stuff. So I'm getting everything ready and stuff for that. And then my brakes went out the other day, and then my truck was sitting for a couple days because I broke a bolt. And anyway, got that all fixed. A friend of mine helped me fix that. Thanks, Craig. Anyway, so yeah. So just doing stuff today, just getting things ready for that. And yeah, some other projects and other things coming up and stuff. So, but I needed a break, and just a break from all the projects and the different things. It's all good stuff, but sometimes I just need a break to do something I enjoy a little more than all the different things. I enjoy it all, you know, projects around the house and serving in church. I love it all, but just want to do something fun. I felt like Scrollsawn, so I thought I'd do a few new compound cut things. Not many, just a couple little ones. And yeah, show y'all. So it's kind of neat. So if you don't know, well, this is a scroll saw, and scroll saw does many different creative things, all kinds of stuff. You can make names and puzzles and decorations and all kinds of stuff. And one of the other things you can do is compound cut items. And basically what that is if you make something, let's see, grab my piece of wood here. My piece of wood. It's a piece of wood, and it's the word wood, cut out of wood. It's kind of woody there. Wouldn't you know, it's a piece of wood that's made into the name wood. Beak. Anywho, so this is, what would you call this? 2-dimensional, I guess? Because it's height and then the thickness. I think that you would call that a 2-dimensional thing, I think. I'm not up on the dimensions really. You know, that's 2-dimensional, and this is going to be 3-dimensional. I'm not sure what 4th dimensional is, or 5th, or the 5th I think is a Twilight Zone. That was a weird show. I loved it, though. It was one of my favorite shows of the 60s. I haven't seen that forever. The Zany Misfits. Remember the Zany Misfits? Ugh. Actually, that was Outer Limits. That was Outer Limits. Anyway, I love those old shows. Even the weird ones. Because I'm kind of weird. But I know. He's always staring at me. He's just like looking over at me. Rudolph there. Anywho, so a few of the things I made in the past. This was one of the first things I made. I just have a few things that I have made here that I did in the past. Then I have a few new things to show you. So this is just a little reindeer, and it's a compound cut reindeer. I cut it that direction, and then I cut it that direction. I just like making these. And there's another design of these too that's more complicated. It looks a little more detailed, but I like this one because it's simple and it's not as fragile. So I made these out of all different woods and stuff, so it's kind of neat. So that's a little reindeer. And then recently I started doing these names where you cut them two different directions. So it's love you. I hope I'm holding this the right direction, because one time I was showing this and it was backwards or upside down or something. Forgive me if it is again, but I don't know. And then this one says wood rules. Kind of neat. And this one, Jesus Christ. And it's really amazing when you think about it. I mean, you cut one direction and you cut the other direction. And sometimes you have all these pieces and you wonder how it's going to come out. And it looks all kittywampus inside there because you just never know. And sometimes pieces break. You got to be really careful. But it's really neat how it comes out. It usually works out like pretty good. It's kind of neat. And then my Christmas ornament for this year. Actually, I made this one last year. I think this is walnut. Just a little, it looks like a fancy kind of turned ornament, but I did it on a scroll saw. So I cut it that way, and then I cut it that way. In this direction, I cut a cross in it. And then I thought, well, I want to go one step further. So here's another one I made. Same thing, but I did which direction? Oh, I guess, yeah. So I got a cross, I got a cross that way. And then I got a star, like the Bethlehem star on that side. So, whoa, dropping things here. Knocking things over like I always do. And so I'm making those for Christmas presents this year. So I got a few made. I think I have like 12 made or so. They take a little time, but yeah, and I just whipped off a few new things here. So I made one of these before. And it says Jesus lives. And every time I show it on the camera, I'm showing it the wrong direction. So I don't know. We'll see here. Anyway, so this one's a neat one because it's up and down. So it says Jesus that way and then lives that way. I hope I'm showing it the right direction. If I'm not, forgive me. Because if you show it this, then there's this way and then there's that way. I don't know. I'm going to just show every direction, and then hopefully one is right. Because it looks right to me, but on the camera it's reversed. And anyway, this is a neat one because it's up and down. I just like that. It's just amazing, really, how it works. The funny thing is about this one, so I made one once before. I've only made 2 of these. I got to make more because I really like this one. And it's really neat. I mean, just look at it. I mean, if you look at it at an angle, it's nothing, but then it's a word when you look straight on. It's really pretty cool. Jesus lives. Or is it Jesus lives? I don't know. You decide which direction. Look at. Anyway, this one's a pine. But I made one out of cedar, I believe, and I gave it to a friend. Lynn, if you're watching, I think I gave it to you, didn't I? I think so, yeah. Anyway. So this is another one made out of pine. What's really neat about this, it's pretty amazing when you think about this. Okay, so basically most of these, or a lot of these, are 1.5 inch block, 1.5 by 1.5, and then whatever length you need it to be. See, it's just a square block. Except the reindeer. See, the reindeer is wider than it is thick. So, but in general, it's usually kind of a square that you're cutting. So you cut one direction, and then you have to tape the piece together before you cut the other direction. Otherwise, it'll start to fall apart, and you can't really cut it if it's falling apart. So when you're doing compound cutting, you cut one direction, and then you tape it, and then you cut the other side. That makes sense? I know that was a lot of words that probably just kind of ran together, but, you know, that's what I do. I ramble. Anyway, what's really kind of neat about that, I took all the pieces. After you're done, you cut one direction, and then you turn on the side, you cut the other direction, and then you take it apart, take the tape off, and all the pieces come apart. You throw all the leftovers, and then you get that. You know? I mean, it's really amazing how it works. But look at this. These are the pieces from that Jesus lives. These are the pieces that... And look at this. It's like a puzzle in itself. It is a puzzle, really. I mean, I could put this together, and then the Jesus lives was in the middle of this. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pieces. Look at that. I mean, it's a... Craig, he was over last night. Well, him and a bunch of others, and we had a campfire and stuff for our granddaughter's birthday party. And he stayed a little later, and I was showing him some of the puzzles I make. Look at this. I mean, it's a puzzle in itself, and I just dropped one. I mean, it's just crazy. Look at this. Look. Just look. I mean, all these were around this. It's just, I don't know. I just thought it was funny when I threw them in the garbage, and I thought, look at all those pieces. And actually, these kind of look... I mean, it says Jesus lives a couple of times in here. Really kind of amazing compound cutting when you do it like that. And you get all... I mean, look at them. Just look at them. Are you looking? Maybe I'm making too big of a deal about this. I don't know. I just think it's kind of neat. What are you looking at? Good night. Go fly or see where Santa's at. You got to be getting ready. It's only a couple of months away. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of neat. So this is scrap, but it could be a puzzle, and it's really kind of neat. Anyway, I made a few new things. Not real perfect. I got to fine tune. So when you're doing compound cutting, you cut one direction and then you cut the other direction. Sometimes they don't turn out. Sometimes you got to do some sanding. On the Jesus Lives, I didn't do any sanding. It really cuts really neat. It's just amazing how you cut one direction, you cut the other direction, and they line up without breaking anything. It's just pretty amazing. I did this one. It didn't turn out real good. And this is pine, so pine isn't my favorite wood. Usually I'll do cedar or walnut or cherry or maple on some of these. My Christmas ornaments, I'm doing them out of all different woods, so it's going to be kind of neat. So you out there watching, you might get a Christmas ornament. I mean, I'm not going to send them to everybody in the world, but a few of you will get one. But this one is just a little ornament. Just a little Christmas ornament. It's not perfect. It's kind of not perfectly, you know, whatever. It's supposed to look like a little... I can't hold it because it's slippery on the point. I'll go like this. And I cut a heart in there, too. Just a little Christmas ornament. Oh, there's a fly on my phone. Good night. What do you think this is? Anywho, yeah, I cooled off, and then the flies came around like worse than they were all summer. And the Asian beetles came. Why am I talking so fast? I'm like, just, bleh. Too much coffee today. Anyway, that's a little Christmas ornament. And there's a million patterns of these. I actually, honestly, I just seen it online, and I drew a picture of it, and that's why it's not perfect. Because I didn't use a pattern. So you can buy patterns. You can download patterns. You know, there's all different ways you can get patterns for doing compound cutting. Or any scroll sign, any pattern, any clip art, you know, anything works. And then I did a little chess piece. I don't know what this is. Is it a rook or a king? No, it's not a rook. I think is it a rook? I don't know. It's like the little castle one. It's not perfect, but not too bad. I don't play chess, but it'd be fun to make a set. You know, maybe contrasting woods, maybe maple and walnut. It would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's actually that's pine, and the little green is actually kind of pretty, and it cuts so smooth. That's what's neat about the scroll saw. The blade is skinny and sharp, and it cuts really smooth. There isn't a lot of sanding when you're doing scrolling. I mean, I'll take off the edge a little bit here, and maybe the bottom or whatever, but you know, they turn out pretty neat. So yeah, chess pieces, that's another thing you can do, a compound cutting thing. Yeah, and then I made a little Christmas tree. That's a little Christmas tree. It doesn't have many branches, just two levels of branches, but kind of neat. It's just kind of neat when you do that. I mean, some of these things, like the Jesus Lives, is different on each side, right? Same with the reindeer. But some things are the same. You know, it's the same on both sides. So and it looks like it's actually round, like you turned it on a lathe. And I just think that's kind of fun. So there's all different. I have a whole bunch of patterns for Christmas trees. So I'm going to do some different ones for Christmas, because that's a good time to do Christmas things. I mean, yeah, I know I'm just weird. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make this a real long video. Let's keep it under 20 minutes, because I did a 3-hour one the other day, and some of you watched it. You know you did, out in the canoe, and I didn't catch any fish. Anywho, you know, I was thinking about doing a video of trying to get fishy out of the tree. I don't know how yet. We were thinking about it last night, looking up there. Poor fishy's up there stuck. Sacrificed his life so I could get the drone down. Maybe I should use my drone to try to get the fishy down. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, that's a Christmas tree. And one other thing, a little snowman. A little dust on the little snowman here, but a little snowman. I mean, he's only got 2 balls instead of 3 balls, but, I mean, I'm not going to go there with that one. But, anywho, and it's another one it's the same both ways. And the neat thing about these, you can paint these, you know, paint the Christmas tree and the snowman and stuff, little things. Actually, these could be ornaments for that matter, too, you know, so yeah. And I have a whole bunch more. I have a dog, I have a dolphin, a lighthouse, like a swan, I think, a whole bunch of other patterns, and I'm going to be making those too, but I got to go get ready. I'm going to go for dinner, and then we have our coffee house at church. So by the time I get a few of them made. And yeah, I want to do more the compound cutting things. There's a lot of different things you can do. So yeah, let me know if you have done some other compound cut scroll saw things like these, and what you did. And there is challenges when you do compound cutting. You got to go really slow, because you're cutting through, you know, inch to inch and a half wood. It's pretty thick, so you got to cut slower. You got to go really slow. Sometimes the blade bends or it goes crooked, so you got to use a good blade. Make sure the tension's really good. Put plastic tape, you know, the tape, you know, this stuff, the clear packing tape. That, yeah, I have issues sometimes, but I buy the good stuff now. Don't buy cheap tape. Anyway, so if you're using hardwoods, make sure you put tape on the bottom, because it cuts better. But yeah, go really slow, because you're cutting through thick wood. And you got to retape things, and yeah, there's some different things, but it's worth it. I mean, it's just kind of fun. I like the Christmas tree. I'd like to do them different, more branches, and paint them in different colors, and well, maybe just green, because that's what Christmas trees are. But you could do lights and ornaments on them, you know, so. Yeah, let me know what you think of those. If you have other things that you made, I know some of you have done some compound cutting, and yeah, let me know in the comments other ideas you have for those and stuff, and things that you made, and challenges and things you like about those. And yeah, so I'm gonna end this video. I'm over 20 minutes. Okay, we'll keep it under 25. How's that? I'm gonna shoot for 22 minutes. 22 minutes on this video. I can do it. Yeah, so, tomorrow's Saturday. Oh, tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to do a live stream at 8 a.m. Central. So that's whatever time it is where you at. Where you at out there? Wherever you live, yeah. If you're on the West Coast, it's going to be 7. If you're in the mountains, it's the mountains. West Coast is going to be 6 a.m. Mountains will be 7 a.m. East Coast will be 9 a.m. And around the world, it'll be whatever it is. And, yeah, we'll see. I was going to maybe, because it's cool out, and I love having little campfires when it's cool like this. I love a fire. I just love a fire, especially when it's cool. And so I'm going to think about doing a little fire, and maybe cook breakfast on the fire. We'll see. If I have reception down in the corner of our yard. If not, might do it on my front deck, and yeah, I don't know. Talk about outdoor stuff or woodworking or a little bit of everything. Yeah. And next week I'm going to try to do some more videos, a drone learning video, and maybe some more outdoor stuff and woodworking things. And I've been so busy, so I haven't been doing too many videos, but yeah. So anyway, do live stream tomorrow morning, so join me, and we'll have some fun just chatting back and forth. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like it, please subscribe. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.